Ya kundendu tushara haradhavala Ya shubhravastra Ya veena varadanda mangitakara Ya shveta padmasana Ya veena varadanda hastarachita Samam patu saraswati bhagavati Nishesha jadyapaha. She who is white, that's pure, like wind of flower, moon and snow, with wearing white clothes, with musical instrument veena in her hands, and whose seed is white lotus flower. She who is praised by Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, and prayed by Devas, such a divine mother Saraswati, may completely remove my mental inertia. Dear friends, today we are observing Saraswati Puja a few days after the actual Tithi. The actual Tithi was on 4th of February and the nearest Sunday after that day is today. So I thought of talking something about knowledge and Saraswati. What is knowledge? Knowledge is the removal of ignorance. Ignorance does not allow us to see the truth. Knowledge is like light. It gives us awareness. It removes all darkness. That's why always illumination is compared with light. And that knowledge, Vedas say, is of two types. In the pranam mantra that was chanted first before the song, which was praise about Holy Mother, it said, Holy Mother, two things. One is, Holy Mother is inseparable from Sri Ramakrishna, and another is Sarva Vidya Swarupa. She is of the form of all knowledge. What are different knowledge? Upanishads say all knowledge can be divided into two types. Dve vidye veditavya. And both of knowledge, veditavya, are to be known, are to be acquired. What are they? One is called aparavidya, another is called paravidya. Lower knowledge and second one is higher knowledge. What is lower knowledge? The Upanishad says, whatever we seek to know through our mind and intellect is lower knowledge. And in it comes, according to whatever was that time, the language, the grammar, the literature, the astrology, even the knowledge of the scriptures, if we read, becomes the lower knowledge. Then what is higher knowledge? Yatra para tad aksharam adhigamyate. That which gives us illumination, that which takes us to akshara, in imperishable one, that is the higher knowledge. So higher knowledge is the one which is the illumination, which is realization of God. So that both of these knowledge, we have to have the mundane knowledge, that both have to be known. And how to know both? That we know, that we learn from our childhood in the schools, in house, whatever we learn from the books, from the people, from our parents, all this knowledge which makes us a right human being. They say even every puppy that is born becomes a dog. But every child that is born doesn't become a man or a human being. That a child, a baby born, needs a training to become a real human being. And that training is education, is learning. And that we get from the mother, from the father, from the teachers, from the colleagues, from the society and from everyone that we can give. And by that way we all learn, we all have the apara vidya, the lower knowledge, which is very important for gaining, transcending that and reaching to the higher knowledge, the para vidya, the knowledge of the self or knowledge of the God. Without having this knowledge that we gain from the world, it is very difficult. Without becoming the human being, it is difficult to have that knowledge. So, today we are discussing about Holy Mother. How this Holy Mother and Saraswati come together. As Saraswati, the concept of knowledge, both higher and lower. Saraswati is the symbol of all knowledge, arts, music, and even the speech that we converse, that we use. The Adhistatri Devata of the speech is Saraswati. Even those who have not learned, to them also Saraswati is the deity, because Saraswati is the deity for speaking. That's why she is called Vagdevi, because the speech comes from thought, and thought comes from knowledge. So it is all related. That's why Saraswati is the deity, presiding deity for speech, music, art, science, all sorts of lower knowledge or the mundane knowledge and also the supreme knowledge. When Swami Vivekananda rose to speak on Parliament of Religions, that important day, whom did he first remember? He first bowed down to Mother Saraswati, the repository of all knowledge. Mother, bless me so that my speech is of use and value to the people who have gathered here. That was the prayer of Swami Vivekananda. So that Mother Saraswati comes, that the knowledge comes to the people through him, through his speech. I went to this, that I had been to India recently for 3 weeks to participate in the concluding ceremony of 150th year of Swami Vivekananda's 1-year-long celebration. And in that, many people spoke many aspects of Swami Vivekananda. The Belur Math was very nicely decorated and it was full of people. There were about 15,000 people sitting and listening. The audience was remarkably very receptive and people are surprised to find the 15,000 people sitting there without speaking anything, without making any noise. All were just listening. And it was for the audience changed, each one for 2 days, for the devotees convention, then the international convention, then was the youth convention. But all the time it was all full. And everyone was listening about Swami Vivekananda, about true religion, about spirituality, about service. Because service and spirituality go together. And the Belur Math was decorated, every temple was decorated so beautifully. Sri Ramakrishna temple inside was decorated as if it is Swami Vivekananda's temple. On the background was the stairs that led on the Swami Vivekananda's temple, and on the back of Sri Ramakrishna's image, and Sri Ramakrishna's image was there to show to us that who is sitting here is Swami Vivekananda in the form of Sri Ramakrishna. The Swami Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother are both out of one entity, one being appearing as 3 personalities. There is no difference to the devotees of Sri Ramakrishna. Swami Brahmananda's temple was decorated, Swami Vivekananda's temple was decorated, and most exquisitely decorated temple was that of the Holy Mother. All its walls were decorated with flowers. And if you don't see it, it will look like a painting. Different colors, flowers are arranged on the walls and the pillars. And if you don't go close and see, it looks like a painting as if done yellow and with marigold and blue and green. But it was all flowers. Inside the image, the photograph of Holy Mother was wearing a garland made of flower petals. Each petal was rolled into like a flower. Small rolled petals all were made into a big garland, not the whole flower. Every petal was separated, rolled separately and put into the thread, and a big beautiful garland was made. And I felt that Holy Mother was very happy on this day when her most beloved son's 150th year was being celebrated. And this feeling of mine was corroborated with another person. He said, "Oh, Holy Mother seemed smiling, more smiling on that day." That was Holy Mother's very joyful time. When Swami Vivekananda was going to to travel all over India, she called Swami Akhandananda, who had already an experience of going around, and said, "You accompany Swami Vivekananda Narendranath. He is our all in all. He is our everything. So take care of him." That was Holy Mother's saying about Swami Vivekananda. And when Swami Vivekananda rose to speak, he remembered Saraswati. Was he not remembering Holy Mother and Sri Ramakrishna? It is same. Saraswati and Sarada, same. In this tour, I also went to other places, and one of them was Purulia, which was so dear centered of the Ramakrishna mission to Swami Pramodhananda. Swami Pramodhananda often spoke about Purulia. He had wonderful experience about working in our center, and also he was more interested to work among the poor people. Purulia is one of the most poor districts of West Bengal, and people are very poor in the villages. Water is less, agriculture is low, and it's poverty stricken. And Swami Pramodhananda loved and served those people who are very poor. We went to a village called Malthor, and there the condition has improved. They sold a house with Swami Pramodhananda somehow, whatever he had, money given by the devotees. He didn't spend on himself. He sent back to that village, Malthor in Purulia, and they sold a house. "Swami, we made this house still existing. We didn't break it. We didn't change it. It was given by Swami Pramodhananda. He supported us with money for this. It was built from his money." The school building in Purulia is beautiful, most beautiful, made by one of the famous sculptor called Sunil Pal. And in that building there is Mother Saraswati's image in the front. The image is, there is a lotus flower, but the Saraswati's image is not touching the flower. It's just a few inches above. And Swami Hiranmayananda is very fond of explaining why it is that. He said, it depicts Mother Saraswati alighting in the heart of the student. So she will touch the heart of the student, and the lotus flower represents the heart of the student. So she is going to touch the heart. And we went inside the school building. Just on the reverse of where Mother Saraswati's image is on the outside, on the inside of that wall is a big picture of Holy Mother Sarada Devi. And that means, that is to say, that who is Saraswati is Sarada. In the image outside and the photograph inside of the same personality in two different forms. Holy Mother came to give us knowledge. But her way of imparting knowledge was quite different. Sri Ramakrishna, the inspiration, the power, the incarnation of God, many believe, that spiritual power taught how to dispel the ignorance through spiritual practice, through renunciation, through austerity, through japam. That was Sri Ramakrishna's method. Swami Adbhutanandaji was sleeping in the evening and says, "Have you come here to sleep? How will you gain God realization if you sleep?" And Swami Adbhutananda gave up sleeping even at night. So that was Sri Ramakrishna's method. You have to give whole soul for realization of God. Sleeping can take very little sleeping and more attention and more concentration on thought of God. Do more japam, do more meditation. And by the grace of Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Adbhutanandaji was a great meditator. One day he was meditating on the Shiva steps, it was the summertime, he was all sweating. And Sri Ramakrishna was so happy to see that his disciple has become expert in meditation. He himself brought a fan, Swami Sri Ramakrishna, and started fanning this disciple, young disciple of his, who used to be a servant of his devotee. Sri Ramakrishna's devotee's servant was Latu or Swami Adbhutananda. And Sri Ramakrishna started serving that servant of his devotee, who was a devotee disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. That was the method of Sri Ramakrishna. You have to eat little at night. He said to Holy Mother about Swami Yogananda, don't feed them more. Give them very little at night. If they eat more, they will feel sleepy, and when they will do japam then? Give her only 2 chapatis at night. And Holy Mother used to feed young man, you see 18, 19 years old, they want to eat more, lot of energy. Holy Mother said, don't worry, I'll take care of their spirituality as well. Sri Ramakrishna was very happy. He wanted her to take the responsibility of his devotees and disciples. But his method was that way. Practice austerity, sleep less, eat less, and devote yourself in the practice of renunciation and practice of meditation. How did Holy Mother impart her knowledge? She came to impart knowledge. That was to dispel ignorance, to give us light to us. But what was her method? Her method was through love. L-O-V-E, that was her method. Sri Ramakrishna always went into samadhi, always detached from the world, forgot his body, forgot his surrounding, merged in God. Holy Mother was never seen, much seen. It was sometimes she was in samadhi, as we see in some of the pictures, like the picture that we find behind, you see it in samadhi. But she was always working, seldom is seen she was in samadhi. Why was that since she is seen in samadhi? She was always in samadhi. If samadhi means being with God, Holy Mother was never separated from God. Whatever she saw, whatever she served, whomever she loved, it was all God for her. She was in, her whole life was a continuous samadhi, but samadhi of quite a different type, where iti was practiced. I am Atma Brahma. This Atman is Brahman. Tattvamasi, that thou art. And finally, Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahman. All this, whatever you see, whatever is there, all is Brahman. Holy Mother was established in Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahman. And her method of giving knowledge to the people is making them feel love. And by feeling the love of Holy Mother, they were becoming full of love, and again they were trying to impart that love to others. So love as the instrument of dispelling ignorance was Holy Mother's method. Whom did she love? Whom did she not love? That is the answer. Whom did she love? There was no distinction. Sri Ramakrishna used to choose his disciples. He should be able to perform the training, the instruction, accept and undergo the instructions. His method was that way. Holy Mother's disciple, whoever wanted. I want to learn spirituality. I want to get mantra from you. Anyone. There was no distinction between she never said how much you have read and how much you have knowledge, or let me taste your hand. Sri Ramakrishna used to taste physiognomy. Holy Mother never did that. Anyone that sought, come, take mantra. There was one lady who had gone astray and was not leading a pure life. But later she recognized that her life in the past was literally not been so good. She was gone to some immoral practices. She came to Holy Mother and started crying, Mother, I am not able to even go to you. I am so sinful. Mother said, what do you say that? You are crying and all your sins are washed away. Didn't the Master say, wash all your sins through your tears? All your sins are washed away. Come, I'll give you a mantra. You will repeat that, and you will become pure like any other person. And she gave her the mantra. There was no one who was unacceptable for Holy Mother. No one. We know how that one robber, dacoit, was given to uncivilized ways, criminal practices he used to do, but somehow he had fondness for Holy Mother. After being released from jail, he used to rush to, instead of going to his home to meet his family members, he used to rush to Jayarambati to meet Holy Mother. Holy Mother knew all that, and people also knew all that. They hated him. They didn't like him. One day he brings banana to offer to Sri Ramakrishna, this person. And Holy Mother said, will you accept for Sri Ramakrishna? He said, yes, of course, you have brought my son. And she would invite her and ask her to sit and eat. And when her niece was asked to give food, and she didn't want to go even closer, she was just throwing from a distance. And Holy Mother saw this and said, can anyone eat this way? Give me that. He went there and and with all her affection and love, she poured on her plate. And after he had finished, this dacoit, this criminal, Holy Mother took away the plate, cleaned the place, and this lady, who was very Puritan type, Nalinidhi, he said, what are you doing? You are cleaning the place of that impure person? Your caste, feeling your purity will go. I said, what you are talking about purity and caste? Holy Mother said, this person is my son, my real son, as is the son Swami Saradananda. A pure Brahmagyani disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, very learned person. He is my son, and this dacoit is also equally my son. So for Holy Mother, everyone was her child. There was no distinction at all in Holy Mother's unbounded love she had. Once, one of her disciples, Swami Virajananda, came to her and said, Mother asked, you seem a little sick. What had happened? He said, I have terrible headache. Headache? Do you repeat the mantra as I given you? He was Holy Mother's disciple, later became the 6th president of the order. He said, yes, Mother, I do. Where do you meditate? I said, I meditate on the head. But didn't I ask you to meditate in the heart? He said, yes, Mother, you did. Then why do you meditate on the head? He said, Mother, I feel good, but after that I feel a lot of headache. Feeling good, leave that away. Nikuchi karise tomar bhalo lage. Meditate on the heart. And he started meditating, all his headache was gone, and he was in the bliss of meditation. How this giving knowledge of where to do, what to do, that's Holy Mother used to do. How did she know who was being treated by doctors, his headache was not going? How did she know that something wrong in the meditation was not being practiced as was instructed? That is Saraswati. For Saraswati, what is hidden, what is not known? You see, this happens when the knowledge comes. If the knowledge is light and the darkness is ignorance, if we are in this hall and everything is dark, we cannot see where I am standing, where you are sitting, where are the chairs, where is the altar. Nothing is seen. We are in dark. Everything is here. The light comes, the knowledge has come. Like that is the knowledge. We don't know who we are. We don't know where we are. We don't know whom we mix with, whom we talk with, whom we mingle with, whom we interact with. We have a certain idea. I am this human being with this name and this qualification. I interact with this person, with this, I see this wall, I sit on this chair, and all are semi-darkness. We don't know. We don't know, we are in ignorance. This ignorance, if dispelled, and we understand who I am, then I understand who the person sitting in front of me is, and the person I interact with is. And we understand that nothing there is you and I. It's all one. It's all I. It's all God. That knowledge comes from the Holy Mother. And how that knowledge comes? Through, not by, she didn't say that renounce everything. She didn't say practice meditation. When somebody wanted to do japam in Jairambati, she said, don't bother about those things. He said, you sit and eat and enjoy. I will take your care. That is Holy Mother's assurance and love. Just we need to have little faith. She is taking care, there is no doubt about that. She is taking care of us. What Swami Shivanandi said, beautiful passage selected and read wonderfully. Don't think I am thinking and writing this to just console you. This is the truth that is coming from my heart. That Holy Mother is ever present. Her body gone, nothing gone. She is present and close to every one of us. As Holy Mother said, Sri Ramakrishna lives in me in subtle body. Holy Mother lives in us in subtle body, all of us. And she is very much with us. We need only that much. She used to do japam a lot. People said, why do you do japam? She said, many can do japam, they have taken initiation. Just to show that she has taken all our burden. She is there to take all our burden. We need to be carefree. That is the only thing. What happens when we have knowledge? What happens when we have light? Then we are not afraid to walk here. We will not fall because of meeting a chair or a table. We can walk straight. We become free from worries when the light comes. When the knowledge comes, the sign of knowledge is freedom from all worries. Worries for this life, worries for afterlife. No worries. I have a mother. Holy Mother is there to take my care. Holy Mother said, those who are of this fold, of Sri Ramakrishna fold, Sri Ramakrishna has to come to take at the end. If we don't believe her words and worry what will happen when I die, whether I will go to hell or heaven, that's fine upon us. Having so much of lack of faith on her words, we are already saved. We are already taken care of. Our path is already made. There she is to help us every moment, every path. Knowledge makes us fearless and free from worries. And that knowledge is given by Holy Mother. She said, if you are in trouble, remember me. And say to yourself, I have a mother. What type of mother? Divine Mother, who will take whole burden of ours and who is capable of removing all darkness and ignorance and giving us light. That I have a mother. It is a great mantra of strength and hope that Holy Mother is. Holy Mother taught us forbearance. We need to learn from her life. What forbearance is, that she taught. She never complained for anything. People stopped her the pension of Sri Ramakrishna that Holy Mother used to give. Some of her closest relatives stopped that. Oh, she is a widow, she doesn't need. She went to her home, Sri Ramakrishna's village. There was nothing to eat. Sri Ramakrishna said, never ask for anything from anyone. And he said, collect some leaves from the ground and cook that and have a rice. And Holy Mother was doing that. She was from the ground, she was seeing some leaves which can be cooked and some rice, and that she was eating. And she had no money. The cloth started tearing holes. She used to tie knots and wear that. But never complained to anyone. She could not find defects, faults. That is the forbearance that Holy Mother practiced in her life and showed the extreme of that. We need to do a little of that forbearance. Little something happens that we didn't expect, or little something happens that we expect and doesn't happen, and we are full of complaints. Oh, that person did that to me. I didn't expect. We're full of expectations. And if our expectation does not meet, we start complaining. How does it help? What about forbearance? What about accepting the situations? What about our faith in the Divine Mother? What about our faith in the Holy Mother? That she is there and everything will be set right. And whatever is to happen the right way to me will happen by her will. Holy Mother taught about contentment. She was always contented. She says, how do you complain of worries and anxiety? I always feel that a picture of peace and contentment is placed in my heart. I've never swayed away from that. And her wisdom, she used to bless everyone, she used to give initiation to everyone. One person in the railway station, one coolie, illiterate person. Holy Mother was sitting in Vishnupur, a small railway station. And this coolie from western India saw Holy Mother. He was a devotee of Ram and Sita. Somehow it struck to him, she is like a Sita, sitting so quiet, and started crying. And came to Holy Mother, did pranam, and Holy Mother saw in him a devotee's heart. And says, do you want to get initiation, mantra? He said, yes, Mother, if you give. Holy Mother was Sita for him. And then and there he gave mantra. No question, have you eaten or not, have you bathed or not, what are the rituals for initiation? Nothing. Just take this mantra. Some are the freedom fighters, they cannot come to the Holy Mother's house. Holy Mother met her on a field. He said, put some grass, sit there and give mantra there. Anyone who sought, she was full of giving mantra, always that, always helping. That Holy Mother, one person asked, Mother, please bless that my husband's income increases. Holy Mother said, no, I can't bless you that way. Holy Mother saying, I can't bless you. That lady was the wife of a doctor. Holy Mother, she said, when I bless that your husband earns more money means he has to have more patients. Patients have to fall sick. People have to fall sick. I can't bless that way. That more people fall sick and they all go to your husband and your husband gathers more money and more money. How wonderful blessing, you see. How much care for the people. She said, I can bless you. And her husband was a great devotee of Holy Mother. Not that he was not a devotee. He would earn whatever is needed, but not extra income. That's the thing. Holy Mother was the embodiment of all yogas. Not that only love. She has karma yoga, all life in it. Bhakti yoga, of course. She was one with Sri Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna gata pranam tannama shravanat priyam tadbhava ranjita akaram jaganmatri swarupin. She was ranjita akaram. Of what? She was colored totally of Sri Ramakrishna color. Sri Ramakrishna came to rouse the spiritual awareness of the world, of the whole world. The world was becoming too materialistic, and God had to come to show the way. The materialism is not the thing for ultimate fulfillment, ultimate peace. And God came as Sri Ramakrishna for the whole world. Holy Mother came to continue Sri Ramakrishna's unfinished work. He herself said, Sri Ramakrishna left me to prove, to show to the world the motherhood of God. And he used to always say, whenever she gave mantra, she said, I am not your guru, nor I am your Ishtam. Your guru and Ishta is Sri Ramakrishna. One brahmachari protested, one disciple protested. How can it be? You just gave me mantra. Then who are you if you are not guru? He said, mantra was given, no doubt, but I am not a guru. Then who are you to me? He said, I am your mother. She liked to be called mother because that is the relation, that is the tie that can tie us closely to the divinity. The mother and the child relationship to the God and devotee is the strongest relationship. Holy Mother said, Sri Ramakrishna, one person, one brahmachari said, oh, we came late and we couldn't see Sri Ramakrishna. Holy Mother said, see me? It's like seeing Sri Ramakrishna. Jesus also said, you can see me, I and my Father are one. And Holy Mother said, Sri Ramakrishna said, I will live with you in subtle body. We are not separate, Holy Mother and Sri Ramakrishna. Her love was for everyone, for neglected, for uncared persons. There was one small boy, 9 or 10 years of age, Govinda his name. He used to take care of cattle in the Holy Mother's house in Jairambati. A very poor person. He had skin disease. Hygiene was not there. His skin disease was suffering. Holy Mother saw. She said, come in. And prepared some decoction of neem leaves, margosa leaves. And started caring herself. There were many devotees, many people. She could say to anyone, please clean. She could call her parents and say, his parents and say, clean him. No, she is the mother of that boy also. She cleaned her skin disease, scabies, and cured her. Everything. Some came at night, one carrier, and she carried some goods, some ghee or something from a village. It was evening, Holy Mother said, stay over this night. And she agreed, she was happy. At night she got fever and then vomited and made dirty the clothes and the place. Holy Mother in the morning gave her some food, she was feeling better and said, go away. Now you go to a village, back to a village, and her whole thing she cleaned herself because she was her daughter. She could have asked any other person to clean that. She cleaned the ground, she washed the clothes, big mattresses. She cleaned all those without the knowledge of anyone else. That was Holy Mother's love. Not only human beings, her love didn't spare even a cat or a broomstick. So one brahmachari was there, he had to take care of cat because cat used to steal things. So brahmachari used to beat. Holy Mother saw this and said, don't ever beat that cat. But mother, it steals things. So that's how the cat has to do. You don't feed him. What she will do, what he will do. She had to survive, she has to steal. Still Brahmachari was not listening and then he said, I am in that cat too. When Holy Mother said, after that Brahmachari never disturbed that cat. Holy Mother taught us how to cultivate detachment through seemingly attachment. She seemed to be so attached to Radhu, her niece, but she was not attached. At the end, towards her end of her life, she said, take her away. Radhu was given to her by Sri Ramakrishna's will, so that affection ties her to the world. He said, I am here to give you that support, Holy Mother used to say. And she took a lot of care for that. Because if I leave this body, otherwise she might have left the body. If I leave this body, who will take care of Radhu? That much of little of binding of Maya, Sri Ramakrishna that. Whom does Sri Ramakrishna binds to Maya? To Maya herself, Mahamaya herself, Sri Ramakrishna binds with the help of this Radhu. And Holy Mother did all that work. In the Gita we find Sakta karmani avidvangsho yatha kurvanti bharata. How a man of knowledge should work in this world. Don't be totally different from other people. They say, as people in the world, the ignorant in the world, work with attachment. You, a person of knowledge, have to work without attachment. Work the same way. Be one with the whole world. Sakta karmani avidvangsho yatha kurvanti bharata. O Arjuna, as people, ignorant people work in the world with attachment, kurya vidwan tatha asakta. The knowledge, persons of knowledge, they work in the same way but without attachment. Holy Mother, seeming attachment, what detachment? So that's what she says us. So that's what her message is. Love everyone. Feel everyone is your own. And serve everyone. Try to be pure. And have full faith in me. I'll remove all your ignorance. And you will attain knowledge in this life. That is her experience. And we have to wait and practice and pray for knowledge through love, love to God and love to God's children, and go on working that way. And if the light doesn't come when we are living, last moment, there will definitely be light, definitely there will be illumination. With that faith in Mother's word, let us progress and let us worship Mother Saraswati today.